this is take number 2 because, you know, everything I just said, the audio was not great. So I put on my little mic I have right here. And also, the white balance wasn't set. So I had to set the white balance. But what I had said previously, tonight I am going out for Lawrence's birthday, which I should probably head out to soon because I'm already late. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all what I had gotten at the store today, because it is Wednesday currently and it is New Comic Book Day. Love, my favorite day of the week. If you've been watching, I think I said it before. But I also went to the arts and crafts store today, Hobby Lobby, just because I needed some art supplies, because Sketchbook that I showed y'all in the previous vlog is pretty much full now. You know, I have 2 pages left. I know exactly what I want to put in those pages. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to execute, but I also have my big sketchbook, which I kind of, you know, leave for like its own little thing, so I don't really worry about that. Then I have a sketchbook my mom gave me, which I haven't started using yet, but I have a specific project I want to do with that sketchbook, so I needed new sketchbooks for something different. So my little portable ones are going to be this one from now on. It's a little $2 sketchbook, pretty cheap, and it's a designated sketchbook, so pens, pencils only, no markers in this one. Even though I could use it, but I want to use this one specifically to practice like inking and line work and stuff like that, and just doing the most I can with little stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what this one is for. And then I got this one, this mixed media one. It says sketch on here, but it's a mixed media one, has thick paper, and it looks like it will not lay flat. I was wrong, but it's thick paper, it's a thick book. Really gonna look forward to decorating this cover with some stickers. And I got the little strap that I like on the front. So really good, big, thick sketchbook with thick pages. 80 pages in this one, 50 in this one. So this should last me quite a while. And let me show you the other things that I got. I got this gel marker, or this paint marker. It's like 0.7 millimeters. So it's pretty much a pen. And I needed a little white gel pen. I've wanted one for the last like 2 years, and I just never got one because, you know, I've been slacking basically. So yeah, I've been slacking. So I might as well. I looked for one while I was at the store. They had this one, and I'm very excited to use this because, like I said, I've been waiting to use one for quite a while. Also got a ruler. I haven't had a ruler since high school. That was, I'm not gonna say because it makes me feel old, but that was quite a bit ago. I need a ruler. I just never had one, and I always like I'll find one eventually. I'll take one from somewhere. I don't know where I would have taken a ruler from because nobody just, you know, has rulers out in the open for people to take. So I got me a little metal one because I think it'll be nicer and it has a little bit of weight to it, which is nice. And I'm gonna just keep it on a hook over here where I keep my keys for whenever I need the ruler for the project and my other sketchbook that I had said previously. So the last few things I got from this art supply store were these 4 markers, which are colors that I had to run out on. Well, 3 of them are. So I have black, I have royal blue, and lemon yellow. I ran out of all of those. So I've been using, you know, I've been doing what I can with like the little like alcohol ink that's up in the marker, but you know, nothing has really been coming out. So I'm glad that I have that. I haven't had a black alcohol marker in like 1.5 years. You know, I've been using Sharpies and paint markers, which is which works, you know what I'm saying, but it's not really ideal for when I want to cover big, large spaces of black. But this one, I had a skin white that had ran out, or it's pretty much run out. I was gonna get that one, but I was like, this is just flush, so it's gonna be a little bit darker skin color, which is nice because skin white is basically just like white, like it's like not even like white people. It's like white, like surface color white, like this white, you know what I'm saying? So I had gotten this marker to kind of round out my collection. Hopefully they all blend smoothly with the colors I already have, even though they're different brands, because those brands that I had got from the store were pretty expensive. They're more expensive than like the pack that I had gotten. But you know, I'm babbling, bro. I gotta go. So let's go ahead and show you the comics of the day. I had to drop a couple things for my subscription just because like either I wasn't feeling it. It's pretty much because I wasn't feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Supergirl, You know, I really enjoyed the first few issues, but then it just started getting boring. So I had to drop that. And then like the last couple, I think were like filler stories or like solo adventure stories, which were cool, you know what I'm saying? If it does something creative. Like one of them was a whole adventure with Sparky. No, Sparky a Streaky or something, whatever the cat's name. You know how there's Crypto and there's the cat. I think the name is Streaky. I wasn't feeling it, so I had to drop that one, which shamed me because I wanted to get more into Supergirl, especially with the movie coming out next year. But I'll probably end up buying Woman of Tomorrow, so the comic book at least, you know, because that's the name of the movie as well. But yeah, so I had to drop Supergirl. I also dropped Godzilla vs. the Marvel Universe. I read all the other ones up to this point. There's 2 issues left, but I'm not gonna lie, like that was a bad comic. I just like every time I read it, it was always the last one I read because it was the one I looked forward to the least, and like I really wasn't trying to read it no more. Even though there's 2 issues, I was contemplating about buying it just so I could, you know, complete the set. But I was like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? That's $10 I could save, you know, in the long run, and put it on 2 new comics that I would rather have or try out than something I'm really not feeling. So I had to drop that one. But with that being said, let me show you the ones I did get. First off, been loving this one. This is Battle Beast number 6. You know, let me put it out of the light so it's not reflected. Battle Beast number 6. I've been really feeling the story. I still need to get there's gonna be a sale on Halloween, so I'm excited for that because then I can finally buy the Invincible Compendium volume number 2. I have number 1. I need to read number 2 and 3 before, so I get like all my fixing of Invincible before season 4 drops next year. But Battle Beast, I've been really enjoying it. It's been kind of set aside from the main Invincible storyline, so nothing has connected so far, which I'm extremely excited about because I'm not getting spoiled for anything that might happen in the show because it's a new original story that's not overlapping on any current events, at least not yet. Captain America number 4, this new Captain America run, I think I said something about it previously. I really like it. You know, I expected a Sam Wilson run, but you know, and I was kind of upset it was a Steve Rogers run because, you know, I was like, I'm really into the Sam Wilson Captain America now. But you know, over the last few years, you know, because not just the show, but I really like Anthony Mackie as an actor, so I really got into movies and I want to get more storylines of what's going to be happening in the movie soon, or what could be happening in the movie soon. But this Captain America storyline, I've loved it. You know what I'm saying? It's set right after, I believe, 9/11. It's 2 Captain Americas. One of them has been in the Afghanistan war, so he's like kind of traumatized from that. You know, and that builds on top of like other stuff within the story. Right now they're in Latveria doing some stuff, and like Captain America, like unsure of his place and role in today's society, you know, is kind of finding his way, realizing what he needs to be. It's just a great story all around. I think it's ongoing. It might be limited. I hope it's ongoing. I really like the run. I don't want it to end. But yeah, Nightwing 131. I picked up 130 last week because it was a good stepping on point for me to start my Nightwing era. I've always been a big fan of Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson's always been my favorite Robin. I just never had any stories with him. I have very few Batman. I have very few. In turn, I have very few Nightwings. I got my brother. I think the last sale they had was back around Free Comic Book Day. I bought him the Titans comic, and he enjoyed it. I just didn't read it, so because I bought it for him. But you know, I love Nightwing. I always talk about Nightwing, but I never had really any of the source material on hand. And I can be like, oh look, you know what I'm saying, super casual. I'm a real comic book nerd. I got that Nightwing on me, you know what I'm saying. So I'm locked in. Amazing Spider-Man number 14. There was like a little, like right when he fought the Hellraiser, I was like, this kind of sucks now, like because the first arc was good, middle arc kind of, but like everything after I don't think he defeated the Hellraiser. I think no, Hellraiser defeated him, but like got called back to like wherever he's from for some reason, and then I don't remember like all the details because I have horrible memory, but like I remember the main details. But like what they're doing now with how where Peter is right now, you know, where his supporting cast is and what they're doing. I don't want to spoil it for you because I want y'all to read it because it's actually a really good story. The only thing I have against the story really is the art, you know what I'm saying? Not that the art is bad, I'm just reading so many different runs where the art is so incredible where I'm just kind of underwhelmed with it. Like the Spider-Man Wolverine run, has like chef kiss of a fucking art. You know what I'm saying? The artists and the colorists are doing incredible in there. Absolute Flash. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably my least favorite out of all the ones that I have right now, all the Absolute runs. I don't have Absolute Wonder Woman, but like I said, I have the first 2 issues, but I want to get the first volume so I can get caught up, and I'm gonna buy that whenever what's it called? Whenever that sale is happening. You feel me? So that's gonna be in a couple weeks. I'm gonna buy that first issue. I'm gonna get the, not first issue. I'm gonna get the first volume of the Absolute Wonder Woman run. I'm gonna get the second compendium, and I'm gonna get the second volume Ultimate Black Panther, because I want to get caught up with that, because I really enjoyed it. I'm just so far behind, I can't catch up with the modern ones, and I don't want to like just watch videos. I want to like actually experience reading it myself, because I'm a fan of of Black Panther. All right, the last one, because I'm really late now, is right here. Okay, Superman Unlimited. Really interesting what they're doing. You know, a whole bunch of stuff with Kryptonite. I love it. You know, all that stuff in there's a newsletter. But yeah, Kryptonite asteroid hits Earth, but Superman has like a new superpower to combat the Kryptonite. But yeah, that's what I got right now. I'm gonna go out with Lawrence. I'm gonna record some of that. Not on this though. I'm gonna record it on my phone, because I need a new camera bag, because you know I love the backpack. Don't get me wrong, the backpack's great. There's a better backpack that I want, which I'm not gonna get yet, because I want a more portable camera bag. There's a sling bag that I want that will be more convenient whenever I'm just like, I don't want to take all my equipment with me, which is pretty much in my backpack, because that's what I use for work. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'll keep y'all updated through the week. And I know you see the Saquon jersey. We're 4-2 right now. We dropped 2. We just lost to the Giants. It's not looking great right now, but you know, optimistic, looking good. I feel good about the season. We're running it back. You know what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, it's gonna be no, you're not gonna watch this if I'm wrong, because you know you're not gonna watch this in February, this specific vlog. If you're watching this specific vlog in February of 2026 and we're not at the Super Bowl, or we like had a horrible fall off, good for you, man. Good for you. As you can see, it's a new day. Last night was pretty chill. But what I'm about to do is put some stickers on this sketchbook. All right, first off, let's go ahead and take off this little plastic. All right, let's go ahead and look through my small little sticker collection that I have for what I'm gonna put on here. Always got to deck it out with stickers, you know, personalize the cover. And then I'm not gonna do my first sketch in there until I completely finish that new one, or that old one that I have. So I'll do those 2 sketches, but let's see what we're feeling today. I got 3 different bags. I separated my stickers into 2. I got the bad ones that I really just weren't feeling, and I got the medium ones, the mid ones are like, they're cool, you know what I'm saying, they're nothing crazy, and the good ones that I really like. So right now I'm looking through all the bad ones, because you know there are the occasional ones where you're like feeling it that day, and it's just so I don't waste any of the stickers. You know, I'm gonna use them all, so I might as well look through the ones I don't like first, see which ones are probably the best option. There's a lot of Alice in Wonderland in there. I'm not really a big fan of Alice in Wonderland. Got some Rugrats. I never really watched the Rugrats, so put that one in there. Same thing with Ren and Stimpy. I never watched it because I thought it was gross. I still do. I think it's weird. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. A lot of people like it. There's some like this. I don't like this one at all. It's just in the collection because it was in the whatever I bought. But I'm low-key feeling one of these Disney villains. I got a Ursula and a Cruella de Vil. Star Force versus the Force of Evil. I watched a little bit of it. It was cool. I just never was a giant fan of it, so that's why those are in there. Alright, so right now what I have this little dude from the Rugrats. Chicks dig the glasses. Saying that's me, right? You know what I'm saying? They dig the glasses, I guess. And then I'm probably gonna use one of these three. I'm not sure. The Piglet one's cool, and I have a lot of room on here. So, but one of the Disney villains are probably gonna be best, in my opinion. Out of these two, I did watch Little Mermaid a lot more, so I'll probably put this one on there. I'll put the Piglet up there just in case, because the Piglet one's not that bad. Alright, and let's switch out. So we always go from bad to medium to good, because, you know, the good ones I'm gonna like all of them. I don't even like, I don't know, I want to put all of them on my book, but I can't. So if I go up, you know, I'll get all the ones I don't really like out the way, just so it's, you know, getting cool. This is the, right when I open up Ursula, got Ariel in the mid one, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna use the Ariel just because I have Ursula on there already. I could put this Wanda on there, which would be nice, because on this one, as you can see, this is a big piece of, this is like a karmic sheet that I've been using, just comic up for like testing markers, and just so stuff won't bleed through. But you can see I have Cosmo on there already, so if I put that Wanda on this new one, it's kind of like the, you know, the matching set, you would say. I have Cat Dog on the other one, and I have another Cat Dog sticker in here, but I might do the Tom and Jerry. You know, I don't have any Tom and Jerry stickers on none of my stuff, which would be cool. If you know me, I really enjoy sitcoms, but I haven't watched a sitcom in so long because I've been watching so much other stuff. I've been watching, the only sitcom I watch right now is Abbott, which is a current sitcom, which is, you know, airing weekly. But yeah, the last like full sitcom I watched, I couldn't even tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Kim Possible right now. It's my background show. But mainly, if I'm watching TV shows, I've been watching a lot of animes recently, and I've been watching, like, I finished Soccer One Days and Day in season 2, and just shows like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not sitcoms or like animated shows. Because sitcoms, there are more sitcoms that I want to see that are just have a lot of seasons. That I probably should watch just like in the background, but I probably will now that I'm back in my Minecraft phase, because I always have that going on while I'm building and doing stuff, just so it's not just boring. But I need to finish Primal. I watched like the first 3 episodes like a couple years ago. I thought it was cool. I just got kind of bored, so I started watching other stuff. But I'm gonna get back into Primal. You know what? I'll put the Yzma in the yes pile. You know, because I love me some Emperor's New School / Emperor's New Groove / Kronk's New Groove. You know what I'm saying? These Hercules ones are cool, but you know what? I'll put this little thing on there. I'm pretty sure old dude's from Nightmare Before Christmas, and it is October. You know, Halloween is coming up, so I think it'd be fitting to put that on there. You know what? I was looking at Timon or Simba. Here's one of both of them, so perfect. Now we just gotta look at the good ones. The good ones? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I've always texted me to get on the game. I gotta get on the craft so we can start our building. So I'll take 2 out of the good pile. Yeah, my good pile's a lot bigger than the medium. It's about the same size as the bad. But let's go ahead and start assembling this sketchbook. are done. Alright, this is the front, this is the back. And I know I said that I didn't have any Cartoon Network stickers on there when I grabbed the Dexter's Lab one. Totally forgot I had a Courage sticker that I pulled out. So Courage is on the back, Dee Dee's on the front. But yeah, that is it for this. I'm about to hop on the craft and catch up with y'all this weekend, I think. Yeah.
What is this nigga doing? It's not moonwalking.
What is going on, guys? It's been a minute since my last update. I was supposed to release this vlog like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't because it ended off with me, I believe, we went to Fry Street, but you know, I didn't record much there, not only because there's not really much to record, but it's stuff y'all seen already, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really want to retread that stuff. So in the week since, I went trick-or-treating with my niece and cousins.
Superman.
I went and took them to my comic book store for a little trunk or treat event they were throwing. Super cool, they enjoyed it.
See me driving down the street. I'm bored with looking good.
I also went to Fry Street last night and the week beforehand, dressed up for Halloween. Last night I was Superman, and the week before I was Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and I'm going out again tonight. If you can't tell who I am already, you know, I think it's pretty obvious. So, and you know, I came with pretty obvious costumes this year, you know, Superman, Stitch, and Dipper, because previous years I got really upset when people didn't know my costumes. I was like, put so much effort into them, and then people were just like, who are you? And I was like, ah. Like last year I was American Dragon, Jake Long, which I, you know, was kind of lazy, but it was also, you know, I put together stuff I had and it looked pretty similar to the outfit that he wore. But people didn't know who he was in general when I brought up his name. I was like, the year before that, I believe I was Dwayne Wayne from A Different World. People also didn't know who that was. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go really generic this year so people get the costumes. But what I'm gonna do tomorrow before I officially upload the vlog, I'm gonna try to get some footage tonight, but Sketchbook is finished. I'm gonna show y'all the completed Sketchbook. And also I'm gonna show you my comic book haul from last week, this previous week, and from the trunk or treat at the comic book store, because they were also throwing a deal on for buy two get one free, so I bought some volumes. So I'm gonna show you what volumes I got, and if you know me, what I've been asking for, what I've been looking for, I think I mentioned it earlier in this video exactly what I wanted to get. So I'm gonna show y'all what I got, but it's gonna be off right now.
Stockyard strip. It's kind of mid right now because it's really busy, but we're looking to get into the bar that we went to when we first came here back in February. So probably just gonna chill there for the rest of the night. These bars don't close till like 3. So yeah, we'll be here for a minute.
Shout out Lotto. Shout out my bitch.
Shout out Mulatto Kid. Shout out Matthias Bradley. Shout out AKA Lotto. Shout out Light Skin King. Shout out Steph Curry's half brother. Shout out
Lotto, that one nigga I see at the gym.
Shout out all of Matthias' twins I see around Frisco.
Shout out Kate Cunningham.
Shout out Russell Wilson.
Shout out Paulo Becerra.
Shout out A-Rod.
Shout out Jason Tatum.
Shout out Jalen Hurts.
Shout out that nigga Tyler Lockett.
Shout out Lamar Demetrius, Action Jackson.
Shout out that nigga Bryce Young.
Shout out Matthias.
Fuck that nigga Matthias.
My name is Matthias M. Bradley, and I approve this message.
Fuck that nigga.
That is all for you. I wanna down, I wanna ground.
guys, it's been a couple of days since the last couple of days, you know, that I updated y'all on. My bad, I can't eat right here out of my ear. So since I last left off with y'all, we went to the stockyards that night, which you saw the costume for. I was Dipper Pines, and then Sunday I was exhausted. I just pretty much slept until like 2. I woke up, watched some football. That was really it. Monday, it was a lot of me going to Arlington first off for first take. I went with my friend, super dope, Stephen A. Smith. You know, if you see me on Twitter, you know how I feel about Stephen A. Smith. It was cool seeing Cam, Michael Irvin, you know, a Philly fan right here, big Philly fan. But I got love for Michael Irvin. I got love for all the Cowboys players, really. I don't think, like, unless I'm playing against them, like, I have no problem, no Cowboys players. Swagoo's, cool to see him. Darren Orlovsky, Cam Newton, I don't know if I said Cam Newton already. They were all great to see. I'm saying that like I know them personally. I don't know them personally. It was just cool being there, watching them do their thing. Then later that night, we went to a Cowboys game with my family. And
yeah, I need my bustle. Bitch, I feel like Monte. Smoke Golden State. Bitch, I feel like Monte. 11 barrels. Bitch, I feel like Monte. Assist from Rondo. Bitch, I feel like Monte. I need my bustle. Bitch, I feel like Monte. I need my bustle. Bitch, I feel like Monte. I need my bustle. Bitch, I feel like Monte. Don't get no fuss, no. Bitch, I feel like Monte. Hey, I just flew into town, fresh off the jetty, and then I know my hoe. I know she ready.
And you know, it was a successful hate watch. You know, shout out Arizona Cardinals. I wish they would have got the dub with Kyler Murray, K1, the guy, but still, I'm getting a dub with Jacoby Brissett in AT&T Stadium. Perfect. But since then, you know, I've been a little sick, so I've been at home chilling. But like I said, I'm just gonna show y'all my comic books that I had gotten on that comic book sale day. So first off, got the volume 1 of the Transformers. I've read the first 3 issues, not in here, but I have them personally. So this is going through 1 through 6. I want to catch all the way up. I think they're up at 25, because 25 is when Dan Mora and I don't know who the writer was, but I know Dan Mora is doing the art for after issue number 25, and I really want to get that because I love Dan Mora's art. So I had to get volume 1 of I don't know how many volumes to catch up on all the Transformers. And I told you I was gonna get this because I was gonna get Absolute Ultimate Black Panther. They didn't have the one I was looking for, so I didn't get it. But they have Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman. I said I was gonna get this, and I did get it because, like I said, I really enjoyed the first 2 issues. I just wanted to catch up before I got really into where they are now. And I think I'm still a few issues behind, but this is 1 through 7. I'm only 1 through 2. That's what I have in my collection. So this is gonna help me catch up really quickly, and I'm excited to get into that. The big boy out of them all, the Invincible Compendium number 2. Look how thick that boy is. Look how thick that boy is. You know what I'm saying? I haven't started reading these yet, just because I've been reading all the current issues that I have. That I'm pretty much all caught up. I have 4 from this week that I haven't read yet. From the time I went to the comic book store yesterday. So let me show y'all what I got. So I read these 3 already. I read Absolute Superman, fantastic issue. I read Absolute Green Lantern, gave us some more information about Sojourney's backstory, which was great. And Batman number 3, you know, some interesting stuff's happening in Gotham in these series. The way that the police are, you know, after Batman, and you know, they got a corrupt kind of leader in Vandal Savage running the Gotham PD, got me interested. You know, I haven't read these 4 yet though, so I haven't read the new Amazing Spider-Man issue. I haven't read the new Ultimate X-Men issue yet. Haven't read the Knockout Nightfall issue yet, but I got this variant cover just because this is the same dude. I don't know his name. I'm pretty sure this is the same guy that does the artwork for the Wolverine Spider-Man comic that I'm currently reading. And bro's art is fantastic. Like it's actually beautiful, bro. I don't know who does it. I think, yeah, this is Dan Moore is doing the art for the issue. But whoever did this cover and who's ever doing that Spider-Man Wolverine run, bro, their art is chef's kiss, bro. I don't know what they're doing, bro. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like everything glows so vividly. Like, it's just the way he does reflections. He does light shining. Like, you can see it in Spider-Man's eyes. You know, kind of the reflection off the lenses is just beautiful. I don't know how to explain it, but his art is fantastic. Then Adventure Superman book of L issue number 3. There was a pretty big cliffhanger that it left off on issue number 2. I think that's a 4-issue miniseries, but that has been a great read as well, you know. And as I'm going through this new information about GTA 6, and it has been delayed again. Surprise, surprise to nobody at all. Alright, but like I said, this sketchbook was finished, so let's go ahead and go through it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a longer video just because, you know, it's a lot of me delaying stuff and then catching back up and delaying stuff and catching back up. So this one should be out this weekend, hopefully. But let's go ahead, start off with the first page. Little self-portrait. You know, portrait kind of wonky, but you can tell that's me when my hair was long. It was from a movie set I was on. I just drew that image. Not a bad first page in Sketchbook. It was started on June 16th this year. So next one, a little Spider-Man I did. And I'm really a fan of it. It's cool. A moose that my coworker recommended I draw. That was pretty good. I think it's pretty decent drawing, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's an issue with it though. The Ninja Turtles, I took like a couple of inspirations from a couple of Pinterest, what's it called? Oh my god, why is the word leaving my head? References, a couple of Pinterest references, alright? So this one, a lot of kids said water robot. That was not my intention. It was just supposed to be a robot that I saw this dude make in Minecraft. And like it inspired me to draw a robot that's broken on a tree. And it does look like the wild robot a little bit. But I get why the kids were saying it because, you know, that movie just came out last year and it was bumping. This is a flash at it. I was trying something. I really am not a fan of it. Nobody knew what it was, and I don't blame them. It's not really that great of a drawing. I got back when I was in Hawaii, I think I showed y'all, I got an ink pen for the first time. So I was testing that out, and I also got a watercolor marker, a yellow one. So this isn't the first drawing I did with it, but this is one of the first drawings I did of it because I was testing it out. And it's just Batman, you know what I'm saying? This one's just a bunch of women that I thought, you know, were pretty, so I drew them. Some of them are good, some of them are horrible, you know what I'm saying?
So here, like I went back because it was like up here when I got that paint marker. I just went back in empty spaces just to try it out. So that's Red Hood. This is really nobody. It's just a perspective drawing that I was trying out. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool with the colors, what I did with it. Thought it was mad interesting, you know. Another one of the test with the ink marker. That's me, my little character that I draw of myself. You'll probably see him if you check out my other account, my other channel. That's the face that you see of him, you know what I'm saying, of me. So that's what I look like on there. This one, it's from a TV show I'm going to pitch, hopefully. That's the main character, you know, doing what the main character does. I'm not gonna spoil it because I really am interested in getting that created. It's just a matter of time, you know. Captain America's, you know what I'm saying? You got both Captain America's. You got Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson. A little stylized sketch, nothing crazy. That's why I still in pencil. This is a little lizard monster. It was supposed to be Spider-Man, but I messed up on the head very badly, so I just turned it into a little lizard. It's like an odd looking lizard, which is fine, you know what I'm saying, which is cool. It's better than the Spider-Man would have been. But there is Superman. This was before Superman came out. I was super excited for it, and I really loved the movie. That boy Gojo. This is right after I watched the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen. I still need to watch season number 2. I watched Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 and Jujutsu Kaisen 0. So I need to watch the new season 2 before a new season comes out, and I have to watch that new movie that's coming out. So I should probably get on that. Spider-Man, you know, that was what I was trying to draw, and I messed up, turned into a lizard. This is a cowboy, Mexican standoff. I really like this one. I like the way the blue contrasts with the red, the yellow of the sun, and the whole entirely red background with different shades of red to create depth. And then, you know, the characters you get in the foreground, you have the first cowboy with his hand, you know, getting ready to grab the pistol, and you have the mid ground, you got the other cowboy, and it's kind of inspired by, I forgot his name. Like I follow him on Instagram because he's a super great artist. He did a couple of shorts for Love, Death, and Robots. He was the lead animator for, I believe, Tron Uprising and maybe Motor City, if I'm not being mistaken. But yeah, super fantastic artist. His work is super unique and distinct, and how he plays with shadows and everything like that and to create depth, it's just super incredible. Super big fan of him. I'm sorry if his name just left my mind, you know. Here we got, yep, just a Spider-Man. Pretty solid. I like it. Pinterest reference helped me out with that one. This one was me at a party, and I left the party and I kind of described how I felt. I was in like kind of a bad place at that time, so it was just me surrounded by a bunch of shadows and this like really blue background. Just cause like I felt isolated, you know, which is crazy. You know, I had a whole bunch of my friends there. It was my friend's party. I just felt isolated in the moment, so that's kind of what I just drew out, you know what I'm saying. This one I really think is cool. Power Ranger Ninja Storm, the 6 main Rangers. I thought one of my favorite Power Ranger series, might be my favorite. I think it's definitely up there. It's definitely top 3. I'm not sure if it is my favorite for sure. I have to really sit down and think about it, you know, lock in. But I think aside from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, these are my favorite suits. You know what I'm saying? Mighty Morphin might be my favorite just because of nostalgia factor, but these I think are the best design suits. Super unique, super interesting. The way they morph is super cool. I'm a big Power Rangers fan. Not a big fan of the newest seasons, obviously, because I kind of outgrew it. Not outgrew it, but they kind of stayed maintaining at that younger demographic, and I just kind of aged out of that demographic. But I still am a fan of all the older seasons. I think the older seasons are just also produced and written better. But I'm kind of got hope because I think that Disney reacquired the rights to Power Rangers, and you know how I felt like my favorite Power Rangers were that of the Disney era. You know, SPD, Ninja Storm, Thunderstorm, or Dino Thunder. Let me see, Wild Force. No, Jungle Theory. And then you got Mystic Force, stuff like that. Those are my favorite ones. Little weird ass head I drew. This one's interesting. It's like a perspective drawing. I think it looks really good with the colors. It kept it really simple and basic. But his hands in the foreground, he's in the middle ground. You got some objects in the foreground. In the background, you got the buildings that add a whole bunch of details to it because I wasn't really that worried about it. This Yoshi I drew at work for the kids because the kids were interested. They kept saying, "Draw Yoshi, draw Yoshi, draw Yoshi." One of the kids, I forgot his name, but one of my favorite kids during the whole summer camp, he was wearing a Yoshi shirt that day too. So I was like, I'm gonna draw Yoshi. And I was like, hey, yo, look who I drew. He's like, oh, it's Yoshi. I'm like, yeah, dog, it's Yoshi. Before I watched the World Series, shout out Yoshi Yamamoto, him, Shohei Ohtani, him. Not a Dodgers fan. I'm a them fan. So I'm a fan of those two. Rangers fan by default. Did I skip the page? No, I didn't skip the page. These are faces of the people at work I drew with the crayons they had at work. This is another one where I went back and drew a whole bunch of different sketches with that ink pen. That was kind of inspired by John Witherspoon, his Pop's character, and like a whole bunch of stuff, like him in Friday, him in the Wayans Bros. You got just a random face, Batman Beyond, a hand, Heat Blast, Spider-Man, Superman, The Flash. And I think there was a gun over here somewhere. This is when I first got my fine liners. I was testing them out and trying to use the ink out of one of my regular just pens. So right there you got the different, the nib sizes, a whole bunch of different characters. This is when my ink was running out on one of my pens. So it's just jazz. I love jazz music. If you know me, jazz is one of my favorite genres of music. You know what I'm saying? Not sometimes there's words in it. A lot of times there's not a lot of words in it, but you don't need words because it touches your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Feelings, music is feelings. Art is feelings. So that was cool. This is Fantastic Four. Right after I watched Fantastic Four, or before I watched Fantastic Four, really enjoyed the movie. Thought it was a fun movie. Disappointed me because I expected a lot more out of it. So I set myself up for disappointment. But I still enjoyed the movie. It's not that it's a bad movie at all. It's just didn't live up to my expectations. Didn't like it as much as Superman. But as you can see, the Galactus in the background, and so it's the Silver Surfer. I was gonna go back with colored pencils and go back and color that. I don't have colored pencils, so couldn't go back. All right, got Iron Man. Oops, right there. Right there. It's that boy, Tyler the Creator. Right after Don't Tap the Glass came out, I was bumping that during summer. Hard, love Tyler the Creator. This is one I did at the airport on the way to Hawaii. I really love this one. This is one of my favorite ones. It's a 2-pager, dragon of a dragon. I just saw on either Pinterest or on Instagram. I did it all with a blue Sharpie. No pencil was used in this, so I have the clouds were done with the ink pen. Blue Sharpie was used for the dragon, and in the back there's a sun. That's with the yellow watercolor marker. This is one of the only sketches in here that I did. Well, not one of the only, but one of the few sketches I've done in here with no pencil work. So it was just all inking. Got straight into it, and it was pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie, because but it's what I needed, because I need to practice trusting myself, trusting the lines that I make. So it was cool. I was gonna go back with the same thing with the colored pencils and stuff like that, or acrylic markers and color this in. It's a nice little Batman Robin, inspired by both the 2004 the Batman series and a reference that I saw on Pinterest. So, Batman Robin, my favorite Robin, Dick. We all love Dick.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Pause. Alright, this is a sketch I did of stuff in Hawaii. There's this girl posing on a tree. Drew her palm tree, cake. This isn't Moana. It looks like Moana, but it's really one of the hula dancers at where did we go? Luau that we went to. A sticker that I got. What is this? Oh, this is a can of like some Japanese. I think it was Japanese. Beer, soju, wine, something like that my uncle had. It was cool. Another sticker that I got. This one, I drew it at an angle so it looked better, and I tilted it up. I was like, this is bad. It's one of my cousins. A bird that I saw, a mountain that I saw, Another one of my cousins, just kind of cartoonified, you feel me? Another bird. Alright, and this is when I first got the ink pen. Yeah, the ink pen, I was getting used to it. So the first sketch I did was this, no pencils for any of these. Just Mr. Terrific from Superman, the Guy's Gardener, Hot Girl, Superman logo. Spider-Man from the Japanese series. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm sorry about that, man. I haven't seen it, but you should probably do some research. Some sketches I did in San Francisco for that one night we were there. If you watched the Hawaii vlog, you would know. But there's a sticker that I have. I was gonna put in here. My mom has it in one of her purses. I don't know where it is, so I gotta get that from her. This is just a little sketch I was doing during a certain time of my life, like right after we got back from Hawaii. These are a bunch of faces of superheroes in the DC universe, you know what I'm saying? Batman, Superman, David Cornsweet, Robert Pattinson, Grant Gustin, The Flash, Aaron Pierre, Green Lantern. I had... This one looks like Chris Evans. It is not Chris Evans. It was supposed to be Alan Richardson as Booster Gold. Yeah, because, you know, I was inspired, like, former football player goes into the past to become a superhero for fame and fortune. And I just got inspired from his Thad Castle character. I love Blue Mountain State. Not the movie. The first 3 seasons of the show, peak. The movie, hot garbage. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Adriana Orjana as Wonder Woman. Glenn Powell as Aquaman. I think he'd be a great Aquaman. I think it'd allow him to not only differentiate himself from the Jason Momoa Aquaman that we had just gotten, but it's kind of more in line with the blonde Aquaman that we got in the comics, as well as letting Glenn Powell kind of show his range. A lot of people want him as Booster Gold, which I think would be great, but I thought it'd be kind of different to have him as Aquaman. I thought it'd be cool. Mickey Madison as Zatanna, super big. I watched Aura earlier this year. Great movie. I didn't watch it last year because I was just late to the movie theater and it was out by the time I wanted to go see it. But a super great movie, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why she won an Oscar for that movie. She was fantastic. Was it my favorite movie of the year? No, it wasn't, because I think Dee Dee came out last year. I love Dee Dee. If you know me, if you on my other channel, you see my 2024 movie rankings. I love Dee Dee. So I don't think anything was gonna top that movie going into the year, leaving the year. You know what I'm saying? Dee Dee was fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I have one more page. I have as Blue Beetle, sorry, it left my mind. Blue Beetle, I have Chris Pratt. You know, Chris Pratt, there's a lot of characters that, you know, Chris Pratt is rumored to be playing. One of them was Booster Gold, and that's kind of a Chris Pratt kind of role. And, you know, James Gunn is super close with Chris Pratt. I think that instead of him being Booster Gold, I think it'd be interesting having him be Ted Cord. And I know they want Jason Sudeikis to play him, but like that'd be cool too, don't get me wrong, but I think out of any role, if Chris Pratt was to get one in the DCU, I wouldn't mind him being Ted Cord. I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be pretty different from who he is in the Marvel Universe, while Booster Gold would be pretty much the same person as Star-Lord. So I think it'd just be a different, refreshing pace for Chris Pratt, and I think he'd do an excellent job in it. I have Austin Butler as Green Arrow. I really didn't have no one in mind for Green Arrow. I just thinking Austin Butler's a pretty big actor. Why not? John David Washington as Black Lightning, and David Johnson as Cyborg. If you haven't seen The Long Walk, he was great in it. I haven't watched Alien Romulus because I don't watch horror movies, but I heard he was great in there. But he was also great in Rye Lane. One of the best up and coming actors, and I think him as Cyborg, after I watched the movie, it'd be a great choice, you know. Especially as an older, especially because I did a pitch video for the Teen Titans on my channel like a couple months ago, and it was like I had Cyborg in it, and even though David Johnson's not a teenager, he'd fit like the kind of role I'd want for him in the movie. My favorite show of all time, had to draw that in here, you know. Ben 10, got my boy Ben, Kevin, you know, them being best buds, and Gwen's over there like, why am I excluded? I forgot about you, Gwen, and I ran out of room on the page. That's the only reason why you're not in there. I would have added you in rough if I had thought about it. Another little portrait of me, and you're like, oh, why is your head split open? What's that? I'm being controlled by my spirit animal, Bobby Hill. Oh God, that's what he's saying. Because, you know, I inform a lot of my choices from what Bobby Hill would do. You know, Bobby Hill is my GOAT, don't get me wrong. Faces, a whole bunch of faces of a woman. If you know who that is, you know what I'm saying. I'm not going too deep. Halloween sketch. You got the Corpse Bride. You got I really can't remember his name. Like, it's really blanking on me right now. A lot of names are just blanking on me. But, you know, Over the Garden Wall, great show. Coraline, I watched for the first time last year. It was a good movie. Yeah, Ghost Freak. Halloween, Ben 10, I had to put an alien in there. I was like, why not be one of his first creepy aliens, Ghost Freak? A little bit of a mix and match with the design in the original series, plus Omniverse, especially with the green eyes and the green Omnitrix. So, Shadi is from Wendell and Wild. I forgot her name, but she's the main character in the movie, aside from the two little demons, and The Lich. You know what I'm saying? The Lich, Adventure Time, another great series, one of my favorite series of all time. Scorpion, cool character, obviously. It was still Halloween. I was like, let me get another Halloween character in there. And yeah, that was a character that I was like, let me go ahead. I haven't drawn any Mortal Kombat characters before. found it reference on Pinterest. I thought it was super cool. I gave him one of his old school suits. So next to a little bit of new school elements and some things that I wanted, like a long sleeve on the left arm. So, and this one was the last sketch completed on Halloween. It's a blade. And I wanted to try something with color theory. So all the shadows are done with, like, instead of using a darker color of orange or red or whatever, I used blues and greens and stuff like that. So it's interesting. I just watched all 3 Blade movies too, by the way, after being traumatized by it when I was in middle school by my uncle. Because he was watching when I got over there, and I was like, he was watching Blade number 2. It was during the party scene, or the club scene where they're, you know, kissing with razor blades. And they got them splitting someone's back open with a knife, and I was like 11. I was traumatized, you know. So it took me a whole 12 years to revisit those movies, but I thought they were cool. Especially the first one was definitely the best one. The second one was interesting. I like Guillermo del Toro as a director. I just didn't like what he did. I just didn't like his, you know, Blade movie that much. It's not a fault on him, because I watched Hellboy right after that, and I loved Hellboy. Hellboy was great. Love his Pinocchio movies. Pinocchio movies, fantastic, amazing. And I'm excited to watch Frankenstein later this year. So, yeah, and the third one was just, you know, what can I say? It's the third Blade movie. But yep, that's the sketchbook. That's done, and that's gonna be all for this vlog. You know what I'm saying? It's a long vlog, a really long vlog, because I added a sketchbook tour at the end of it. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate y'all, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Hopefully a lot of people see this. If not, thank you for everybody that does see this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.